You loyal. I changed a lot. You can too. Win, win, win no matter what.
Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Against the Odds. And this week, rather than playing a bad card like we usually do, we're playing the best card from the best set, well, one of the best sets in Magic's history. That's right, it's Circle of Loyalty time. So here is our modern Circle of Loyalty deck, and what's our plan? It's to get the most busted card from Throne of Eldraine on the battlefield as quickly as possible. So Circle of Loyalty, once we get it down, I don't know how our opponent beats it. I mean, it pumps our creatures, it can make knights when we cast legends, which we have a couple of, it can tap to make knights, and it can come down for just 2 mana if we can get some knights on the battlefield thanks to its cost reduction. Our nut draw is to play 3 1-drop knights over the first 2 turns. So 1 drop on turn 1, 2 more on turn 2. That means we can untap on turn 3, maybe even play another 1 drop, but make our land drop and play this Circle of Loyalty. And then I don't know what our opponent does. Our knights will be huge, we'll make more knights, we'll kill our opponent super quickly. We also have some backup knight payoffs. Inspiring Veteran to pump them, Knight Exemplar pumping and Indestructible. If we get 2, it's kind of like a lock for non-exile removal. History of Benalia makes knights, pump knights, Coat of Arms, perfectly on flavor, and can make our knights ridiculously big. Otherwise, Smitten Swordmaster, a knight that can gain his life against aggro or drain our opponent out of the game. Gideon, ally of Zendikar, makes knight allies, making it the perfect planeswalker for our deck. Path to Exile for removal. Mana base, pretty typical. Cavern to name knight, a bunch of dual lands. In the sideboard, we get a couple more knights. Mirror Crusader for the Jund matchup. Still Moon Cavalier, protection from white, especially relevant against like death attacks. A bunch of removal, some combo hate, Core Firewalker for burn style decks, prowess style decks, rest in peace for graveyard decks, and that is the Circle of Loyalty for modern. That's our Against the Odds deck for this week. So let's switch things up. Let's play some broken cards, do some broken things. Cards from Magic's most broken sets. Can Circle of Loyalty be as good as we thought back during spoiler season? Let's jump into our games and find out. Need some new Modern Horizons cards? Well, you can pre-order them from our sponsor Card Kingdom by heading over to cardkingdom.com. Alright, Against the Odds time. We are playing... We're playing good cards this week. We're playing the best cards. Circle of Loyalty in Modern. And we'll see. We'll see. Is it as broken as everyone, which apparently means me and Krim on our spoiler review, think? We're about to find out. Tavland go. This hand's slow, but it does have some powerful cards. No Circle of Loyalty yet, but hopefully it'll be coming off the top shortly. Opponent, Wooded Foothills. Cracks Wooded Foothills. Forest, and search for, oh boy. Well, hopefully we draw something that is not a land that we can cast, okay? Well, the slowness continues. So we're going to have some powerful stuff on the battlefield soon. The problem is our opponent is probably going to have a Primeval Titan and a Valakut. Oh, double search for tomorrow, so crack this. Grab a Godless Shrine tapped. Untap, please. Oh my god, alright. Well, we got Knight Exemplars for days, like literally days. Get a Plains. I guess we history of Benalia. Go. Opponent. Can you beat a 2-2? Where's our Circle of Loyalty? That's a problem, is no Circle of Loyalty. Also double search for tomorrow. That's another problem, but we can't control that one. Opponent gets a Mountain, plays a Dryad, plays a Cinderglade, plays a Valakut. And we lose. Alright, well, path. Knight of the Even Legion. Well, yeah, I mean, that just does it, unfortunately. Valakut just lightning bolts down our board. We can't really do anything about it. Yeah, run it back, I guess. Our deck does not do very well against unfair decks. And it doesn't do very well against fair decks. You add that all together. Alright, we will play first. Alright, I like this hand. We have aggressive knights, and most importantly, we actually have the Circle of Loyalty. Is it enough to overcome Primeval Titans and Valakuts, etc., etc., etc.? We are going to find out. Yeah, let's Godless Shrine and Knight of the Eben Legion. Our best draw would just be another 1-drop. If we draw another 1-drop, we can play 2 1-drops into Circle of Loyalty on turn 3, which would be pretty, well, assuming we also draw another land. We'll see about it. Passes. Oh, it's a 1-drop with the wrong colors. Well, in that case, we will crack this, get a Sacred Foundry untapped, play a Fervent Champion, go to combat, hit ya for 3, and then I think we just Smitten Swordmaster to grow the Knight of the Eben Legion. Only 2 damage, but 2 relevant damage since we get the +1/+1 counter. Down to 15, pass the turn. Opponent, Castle Garenbrig, and I assume Ramp of some kind, Farseek. The other problem is this deck probably has Anger of the Gods or something similar. Yeah, gets us Interglade. We draw Knight Exemplar. Well, Fervent Champion. Go to combat. Oh, I guess we're not going to get the Circle of Loyalty down anyway because we can't draw a land. Well, pump each other. Please no sweepers. I mean, we get in for 6 here, and we grow the Knight of Eben Legion. This is not the worst start. I think this means opponent goes to 9. I mean, that means if there's no sweeper or blocker, and we draw land for Circle of Loyalty, we win. If our opponent has a sweeper or a blocker, then we likely lose. Opponent. All right, search for tomorrow. Oh, come on, land. Come on, land. Come on, land. Forest, Stomping Grounds, untapped down to 7. Come on. Oh, All right. Oh, well, I think that wins it in its own way without the land. So it's not the Circle of Loyalty, but if we pump and pump... Oh, no, they can block the Knight of the Eben Legion and go to 1? Oh, no. Opponent... Oh. No, we're good. We're good. We still get him. We get him for Xaxes. Oh, my God. Whew. Yeah, okay. We got there. Early morning counting, not up to par. But opponent goes to 3, and we have 3 Knights. Well, does this count as a Circle of Loyalty win? We did have Circle of Loyalty in hand this entire game. I guess Curry Favor is the actual hero there. All right. Well, sometimes you get there even with the Mana Screw. Do we want to change? Maybe we want another. So Fatal Push is probably better than Path. Dreadbore probably better than Path. I don't think we really want to path our opponent into more lands if we can help it. That is a bit of a drawback, I would say. Oh, this is a lot like our first hand that didn't work. We do have the Circle of Loyalty, but our opponent's probably just going to be casting Primeval Titans by the time we get to it, so I think we got to mulligan and try to get something a bit more aggressive. All right, this will keep. Getting into the bottom. Well, we'll see. We will see. We need lands, and we need 1-drops and several other things. Our opponent not to kill us. Oh, good game. I do not think our deck can beat Abriel Grazer. That just blocks forever. Opponent. Well, Cavern of Souls on Knight. And look out. Here comes the Fervent Champion that doesn't do anything. Go. All right, so we drew the land. Hopefully we do not draw more lands. Hopefully we draw 2-drop into Knight Exemplar into the Circle of Loyalty, and our opponent maybe stumbles around. One of the things that makes this deck tough is it also has blockers, like good blockers. Farseek. It has a I win with Primeval Titan draw, but it also just has like Abriel Grazer, which makes Fervent Champion look a little silly. Dreadbore. Well, we will play Arid Mesa past the turn. No reason to attack. Yeah, opponent being on 19 here going into turn 3 and having 5 lands presumably. Not the kind of start we were hoping for. Oh my god, Farseek. Well, opponent is officially to the Primeval Titan part of the game if they hit a land. Not playing a land means they almost certainly have Primeval Titans for days. Well, there's the 3-drop. Well, we will Marsh Flats. We will crack Marsh Flats. We will get a Godless Shrine untapped. We will play a History of Benalia. We will pass the turn. All right, our night count is increasing. If our opponent never draws land 6, maybe there's hope in Circle of Loyalty land. Opponent, Dryad, and passes. I'll make a night. I mean, I think we lose to Primeval Titan anyway. So we will... Or do we kill the Knight? You know what? We try to kill our opponent, I think. I think that's the best bet. 1, 2, 3. Knight Exemplar. Pump the dorks. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Please no lightning bolts. Pump the Knight. Opponent. Blocks. Alright, well. Okay. No lands. No lands, please. No lands. We're dead to Primeval Titan for sure. Opponent. Untaps. No land, no land, no land. About it. 3 mana. Explosives on 3. Okay. Well, that's not a land, but that is really good. That gets History of Benalia and the Knight Exemplar, which is super awkward. Yeah. Oh, it also gets the Dryad, which is a bonus. Opponent passes. Come on, deck. Give us something good. Spin Swordmaster. Well, let's play Knight Exemplar. Go to combat. Oh, it's still all about whether our opponent draws a land. Like, that is the entire game. There's got to be at least one Primeval Titan in hand. So if they draw a land, they win. If they don't draw a land, maybe there's hope. Opponent gonna block. Oh, come on, deck. Come on, deck. No land. No land. No land. Oh, come on, Magic Gods. One more. One more with no land. One more with no land. One more. Opponent attacks. And another Dryad. And passes. Oh, Circle of Loyalty. Does that win us the game? Oh, no, I don't think we can cast it. I think we got to cast Inspired Veteran. Oh, that's a little bit of a bummer. Well, Inspired Veteran. Because we need a Smitten Swordmaster here. About it. Curry Favor. Hit you to 5. Oh, well, Circle of Loyalty win. It was in hand. It was in hand. That counts. Attack. Pump something. Opponent accepts defeat. Well, Circle of Loyalty win. It was right there. Just like we predicted in our spoiler video. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Sweet, sweet. All right. Against the odds time, we are playing the best card from Eldraine, of course. It's a kind of an exception to our normal against odds rule of playing bad cards. We're Circle of Loyaltying, of course, in Modern, and can't keep that first one because, well, I guess we'll keep this. Can't keep the first one because no lands. We'll put Getting to the bottom. This is actually like a kind of reasonable Knight's Curve. We'll see if it's enough. Oh my god. Oh dear. It is almost certainly not enough. Alright. And there's a Circle of Loyalty at least. Well, Cavern on Knight and Fervent Champion. Would you like to block? Please do. Oh, Boggles. Yeah, Boggles. We're not built to we're not built to beat the Boggles. If our opponent cannot get any evasion, we might have a chance. Because we make our stuff indestructible and pump it, but Ethereal Armor. Opponent goes attacking. Hits us. Down to 18. Well, Marsh Flats. Crack it for 8 planes. Play a Inspired Veteran. Go to combat. Attack ya. Opponent goes 15. Untaps. Land. And they make Coronet. Okay. Well, it's going to be up to this Knight Exemplar to save us, I think. Opponent hits us for 6. Opponent passes. Well, Godless Shrine, untapped. Knight Exemplar. All right, no evasion, please. No evasion. We can block you for a bit with our indestructible knights. That's our current game plan. And then we can get down Circle of Loyalty. Path to Exile loses us the game. Evasion loses us the game. All right, another Daybreak Coronet. Yeah. Opponent goes attacking. Well, block. Opponent passes. Play Dauntless Bodyguard. Choose Knight Exemplar. Arid Mesa. Crack Arid Mesa. Get a Plains. Circle of Loyalty. We're going off! We got the but how do we stop this Glade Cover Scout is a real question. Is it possible? We need our opponent to really do some whiffing here. If they ever hit evasion, we lose. On the spot. They break Coronet. Okay. Opponent. Well, we will block. Stay at 8. Untap. Opponent's at 45. We draw land. Well, play Marsh Flats. Pass the turn. I mean, the problem is they're going to draw evasion eventually. About it. All that glitters. Well, that's not evasion. That's it. 28 power. Opponent goes attacking. Well, we will block. It is kind of funny that we're able to stonewall this attack, but I don't know how we deal with this long term. Well, we will make a Knight. Marsh Flats, thin the deck. Get a Blood Crypt, I guess? Yeah, let's get the Blood Crypt. Tapped. Untap. Path would be good if our opponent wasn't hexproof. Well, that's a 5, 10, 18. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make a Knight. Circle of Loyalty going off. We might as well Curry Favor because we're not doing anything else. Gain a bit of life. Not a super meaningful amount because if our opponent can ever hit us one time, we lose. I guess Path to Exile also beats us because they can Path the Night Exemplar, and then our board just gets whittled down. Horizon Canopy. Redraws. Looking for the win. Do they find evasion? Spirit Dancer. Well, we have an answer to that. So that's okay. Not dead yet. I mean, if we can make our knights big enough, then our opponent's going to have to stop attacking about it. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We will block. Opponent's at a ridiculous life total. Passes. Oh! I think we actually got to wait a turn. That's actually hilarious. I think we got to kill the Spirit Dancer, though. Kill the Spirit Dancer. Oh! If our opponent... if our opponent does not find a way to kill us this turn, our knights are going to get really big. Smitten Swordmaster. Well, all right. No top decks. No top decks. No top decks. Let us live. Let us live. It would be really funny to play this coat of arms. Another Spirit Dancer. Wow, those are 2 good draws. Opponent. Another Daybreak Coronet. Yeah, that's not great. 34, 34. Horizon Canopy. Another redraw. Opponent. 5, 10, 15, 20. 28. Well, we will block. Gain some life. Opponent. Passes. Well, play Coat of Arms. Grow our knights a bit. Oh, but our opponent has this Spirit Dancer, which is going to draw our opponent so many cards. Yeah, pass the turn. What a ridiculous situation. Whiff. Sacks. Desperate. Spirit Dancer's the problem. Opponent. Land. And can no longer attack. Opponent passes. Okay. Wait. They have something? Gets Luris. Sure. Well, we draw. All right. 1, 2, 3. Knight Exemplar. 1, 2. Inspiring Veteran. Go to combat. Do some attacking. Pump the Life Flanker. I don't think we're going to end up winning this game, but this is hilarious. Opponent blocks. Do they even lose life with this attack? They got to lose. Wow, they go to 76. Okay, they did actually lose quite a bit of life, even through the 34 power Life Flanker. Come on. Hold. Temple Garden tapped. Luris. Okay. Hyena Umbra on the Spirit Dancer draws a card. I wish we could draw one more path. Oh, on the Gladecover Scout. Opponent cracks. Oh, did they hit the win? Temple Garden. Ethereal Armor. All right. Well, they just keep growing the Gladecover Scout up to 50 power. Can't really attack, though, because we just block and kill it. Oh, wow. This isn't indestructible, right? Okay. So 15. Oh, they have the Hyena Umbra. So I guess they just lose the Hyena Umbra. Block. Opponent gains a ridiculous amount of life. They lose a Hyena Umbra for their trouble. Passes. Path, please. Inspired Veteran. Well, we will play Inspired Veteran. Grow the Knights. Go to combat. Attack. Grow the Life Linker. I mean, I guess they can just recast the Hyena Umbra anyway. Opponent blocks. Gains a ridiculous amount of life. Loses life. Down to 36, we pass the turn. They're going to find it eventually, though. You know they're going to just draw cards until they find it. There's no way it's not going to happen eventually. So we got to find a way to close this out quickly. Opponent. Ethereal Armor. Draws a card. And Spirit Mantle. We scoop it up. Wow. That was ridiculous. That was a ridiculous game. That was one of the weirder games I've ever seen. Obviously, we didn't win, but that was actually pretty hilarious. The bad news is we don't have a way to beat this deck. There's no. That was as much as we could hope for. We didn't build for Boggles, basically. Like, we don't have a single card. No. I guess we can bring in Mirren Crusader as another protection creature, but yeah, we don't have a single card that actually really matters here, which is tough. We just don't have a way to answer it. I mean, that's why people play Boggles, basically. Boggles, that's why you play it, is you hope you can jank your opponent out because they don't have answers. 2 Path to Exiles, eh? That would be wonderful against a non-Boggles deck. Opponent. Keeping 7 cards, which means they should have what they need. Yeah, Slippery Boggle. Well, at least it was an interesting game. There's no chance we win this matchup, but game 1 was interesting at least. Marsh Flats. Crack it. Go to Plains. Hexproof is, I hate that mechanic. It actually came up on stream last week. We were talking about worst mechanics, and I actually think that Hexproof deserves to be considered among the 5 worst mechanics in Magic's history. I think getting rid of Shroud for Hexproof was one of Wizards' worst decisions, just in terms of gameplay implications. Like, in terms of gameplay, Hexproof is just miserable. I know they said there's some upside where, like, players played it wrong or something, so they changed the mechanic to try to make it how players played it, but that's kind of a weird argument to me. Like, oh, players aren't playing by the rules of the game, so let's just change the rules to fit the player. Opponent, going off, slippery boggles, sure, hitting us, yep. We go to 15, we have no way of dealing with this. Opponent passes. We play a Plains. We play a Knight Exemplar. We will pass the turn and play defense. Opponent untaps. Horizon Canopy. Cracks it to draw a card. Rancor. Tramples him up. Yeah, that is obnoxious. Opponent goes attacking. Well, we will block and soak up some damage. Now, opponent has Path. Alright. I mean, there's no way we can... we don't have the cards to beat this deck, so... We will scoop it up. Well, the bad news is we were nowhere near close to winning, and we had our 2 best cards stuck in hand. 2 copies of it still wasn't enough. But the good news is game 1 was funny. It was very funny. So I guess that's sort of a win. All right, Against the Odds time. This week we're doing something a little different. Normally on Against the Odds, we play bad cards, like some of the worst cards in Magic. Well, this week we are playing perhaps the best card from Magic's best set, one of their best sets, Circle of Loyalty. So, trying to see if obvious Throne of Eldraine All-Star Circle of Loyalty actually has what it takes to compete in the modern format. Watery Grave for opponent tapped. Opponent. Well, step 1, get Knights on the battlefield, Circle of Loyalty. Step 2, win with Circle of Loyalty. Obvious. I think we got a plan. Polluted Delta for our opponent. Passes. Well, we will Cavern of Souls on Knight. And Inspiring Veteran. Uncounterably. Oh, come on. Try to counter that opponent. Try to counter it. Come on. Watery Grave. Tapped. Well, we will go to combat. We will attack you. Wow, no Fatal Push. All right. We will accept that. Opponent. Down to 16. Glacial Fortress. Well, Sunbaked Canyon and Knight Exemplar. Not countering that one. And then next turn, I mean, if nothing goes wrong, Knight and Circle of Loyalty. This is like the Circle of Loyalty dream draw. About it. Do you have an answer? Would you like to concede? I think when the Circle of Loyalty hits the stack, that's when it ends. That's when our opponent hits the concede button. So the blowout here is Path Snapcaster. Path this, Snapcaster, Ambush Viper that. On the other hand, we would like to grow this Knight. How bad is it if that happens? It's bad. You know what? We're just gonna attack. If you got that, then you got that. Like, hopefully that's not what happens, but opponent. Kaya's Guile. Okay. I guess that could have been worse. So opponent gains some life. We lose a 1-drop. Land for our opponent. Passes. Well, Sacred Foundry. Untapped. Go to combat. Attack ya. Opponent takes it. We will play Knight of the Eben Legion. I want to play Circle of Loyalty, but I'm sure it gets countered. Let's just pass for now. Try to find a better window. Opponent. Cryptic Command. So they did have the counter. Yeah, opponent bounces. So I'm guessing this is trying to set up a Wrath. Opponent. Wow, no Wrath. Passes. In that case, we will Knight of the Eben Legion. Uncounterably. Or Knight Exemplar. Uncounterably. Go to combat. Attack you again. Opponent. Snapcaster for Kaya's Guile. Cast it. Well, we will pass Snapcaster. Sack. I guess Inspiring Veteran. Opponent takes 3. This 8 life our opponents gain from Kaya's Guile is an issue. Like, that's what's keeping our opponent from not being, like, on the brink of dead. That has been pretty huge. We're also down to 12, purely from our 2 pain lands. Opponent. Getting down Circle of Loyalty would be so helpful, but in reality, not that easy against the deck with all the counters. Opponent, Esper Charm to draw 2 cards. And land, and passes. Alright, we draw more lands. We go to combat. We attack. Opponent opts. And let's pump. Hit our opponent for 6. Knight of the Ebon Legion. Pass the turn. Grow the knights. So we haven't found a window to get down Esper Charm. We haven't found a window to get down our Circle of Loyalty, because our opponent's just leaving up mana. But Cavern of Souls, Knight Exemplar, random knights is kind of doing it. Would be pretty hilarious if we could win with Smitten Swordmaster. That's not a card that I expect modern players to play around. Polluted Delta. Opponent passing. I'll crack this, then the deck, get a Godless Shrine tapped. Untap. Go to combat. Opponent cracks. Wow. Smitten Swordmaster might have a chance. Opponent, some pump fakes. Cryptic, tap, and draw. Okay, that's fine, because our plan is to play Circle of Loyalty. Hope our opponent taps out to counter it. Okay, got him. And then we will curry some favor. And then we will curry some favor. And that's a Circle of Loyalty win. That counts as a Circle of Loyalty win if it wasn't for Circle of Loyalty being so broken that our opponent felt the need to immediately snap off that counter spell. That would have went very differently. Like, we would have probably lost. So I think that is a lesson there. Circle of Loyalty, OP. We will trim a couple paths. Bring in a couple Collective Brutalities. Go down. Still Moon Cavalier doesn't seem like the worst. I guess we can go down like a Dauntless Bodyguard maybe. Yeah, let's bring in the Dread. Well, yeah, let's bring in the Dreadbore to kill a Planeswalker. Run it like that. Actually, we'll go one path and bring in the Still Moon Cavalier. Alright, well, let's see if we can do that again. I feel like Cavern is really important, because Cavern lets us get through our opponent's counters, which is kind of key. Sand seems pretty good. We do have the Cavern, which is nice. Opponent, Polluted Delta, passes. Well, Cavern on Knight. And Fervent Champion. Opponent cracks. Watery Grave. Untapped. Well, I guess that means they're planning on killing Fervent Champion. Alright. Well, opponent had to take 3 to do it, so that's not too bad. Opponent. Round Catacombs. Passes. Well, Silent Clearing and Collective Brutality Duress Mode. Gonna need another land. Opponent. Alright, counters. Sure. Well, let's see if we can find a land. Opponent untaps. Polluted Delta. Passes. Well, we will play Student of Warfare. We will play Knight of the Ebon Legion. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks. So opponent's leaving in their counters. Gets an island. Snapcaster Fatal Push. Alright, so opponents had probably almost exactly the start that they would want here. Kills our knight. Yeah, so that's kind of the perfect start for our opponent's deck. Hallowed Fountain tapped. Can we draw a land? No. It is another 3-drop. Well, we will level up and pass the turn. Yeah, this is bad news. Opponent has wow. All right, so all the removal, all the counters, all the time, and well, we're seeing the downside of our broken artifact, which is if we don't draw lands and we can't keep knights on the battlefield, it costs a lot of mana. Well, we will play Inspired Veteran. Pass the turn. The opponent draws some cards and opts. Yeah, I feel like how we beat this deck is by being aggressive and all right, Teferi, and I think we actually just concede now. I know you're probably gonna yell at me and say it's an early scoop, but I don't actually think that it is. Well, we were gonna draw lands eventually. It's a Teferi. We can't beat the Teferi. It just draws cards and finds removal and Wrath for infinite turns and bounces our stuff. So yeah, that's one of those for the sake of our sanity. For the sake of our sanity, just scoop it up. If we weren't mana screwed and we were actually like had a board position, it would be different. But Teferi on an empty board is really, really strong. Like that is tough to beat. Well, Godless Shrine untapped. Student of Warfare. Go. Opponent. Polluted Delta. Passes. If we level this up and they kill it, we just got nothing. Literally nothing. Well, let's go to combat. Attack. Hit ya. Student of Warfare. Marsh Flats. Crack it. Sacred Foundry. Untapped. Level up. Pass the turn. Alright, so opponent, they did... Well, we'll see. Opponent cracks get a tapped land. Well, we untap. We will Cavern of Souls on Knight. We will level up. We will go to combat. We will attack. Opponent takes it. Nope, just kidding. Has a go for the throat. Well, we will level up. We will play Knight of the Ebon Legion. Pass the turn. Would be sweet to get down Gideon, which makes Knight tokens. Opponent Flooded Strand passes. Well, 1, 2, and 3. Knight Exemplar. Uncounterable. Go to combat. Opponent. Well, nothing yet. Attack. Oh, sweet mother. Opponent cracks, gets an island. Is this Fatal Push joining the party? Okay, Esper Charm, draw 2 cards. Well, that could be a lot worse. Opponent goes to 12. We grow our Knight. Okay, the pressure's on. Opponent's the one behind the 8 ball at the moment. Can we get there? Oh, we need our Circle of Loyalty. That's the card that puts it over the top. Opponent plays a tap land, passes. Well, we will play a Fervent Champion, uncounterably. Opponent. Alright, let's it go. Well, we will level up Student of Warfare. We will go to combat. Please not Archmage's Charm. Alright, opponent does have Archmage's Charm. That is pretty bad for us. Well, we will go attacking. Opponent takes it. We will Curry Favor. We will grow the Knight of the Ebon Legion. Oh, opponent untaps. Archmage's Charm's so good. When you can steal the 1-drop and block with it, it's just so good. Alright, opponent. What's next? Jace the Mind Sculptor. Better than all. Bounces Knight Exemplar. Flooded Strand. Opponent. Passes. Well, we will Dreadbore Student of Warfare. Go to combat. Hit our opponent to 1. Okay. Opponent's at 1. Can we close it out? They do have a Jace. Opponent untaps. Oh, no Kaya's Guile, please. We're so close. So close. Opponent. Pump fakes. Come on. For the Circle of Loyalty. We might be doing it. Opponent. Brainstorms with Jace the Mind Sculptor. I think Kaya's Guile is the worst because of the life gain. Drowned Catacombs. Opponent does not know about the Collective Brutality. Alright, so we draw a land. We play it. We go to combat. Archmage's Charm. Wow, that is a really good draw. Okay, so we can attack. We play Smitten Swordmaster. We crack this. Godless Shrine. Untapped. Brutality drain you? Okay. Well, we got there. I think that's sort of a Circle of Loyalty win. Like, yeah, Collective Brutality finished it off, but in game 1, getting our Circle of Loyalty countered was key. So at least we have found that Circle of Loyalty good enough to be countered against the control deck. So that's a step in the right direction. Sweet. All right, against the odds time, we are Circle of Loyaltying in Modern, playing broken cards this week. The best cards. Well, we don't have a Circle of Loyalty, but this hand seems fine. Force our opponent, and Utopia Sprawl on green. Well, Arid Mesa, crack it, Sacred Foundry, untapped, and a Student of Warfare. Go. If we draw another 1-drop, we could have... We need to also draw, I guess, our... Oh boy, another Utopia Sprawl. It's a lot of mana. On green. Nykthos, that's gonna be more mana. Elvish Visionary. Sure. Oh, this feels scary. Arid Mesa A. Well, we will play... Actually, maybe we just level up. Arid Mesa, crack Arid Mesa. Get a Plains. I assume our opponent is playing Tooth and Nail. Make a 3/3 first strike. Can you beat it, Elvish Visionary? Opponent down to 17. Takes it. Needs a green mana symbol for their Nykthos. Opponent. 3 mana. Opponent's got a lot of... Oh, boy. Well, we gotta kill that, because that adds that's like a ritual with Nykthos. Another Utopia Sprawl. Yeah, sure. Opponent. Passes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ugh. I want to just, like, keep playing our stuff, but maybe we have to... So this taps for 4. 4, 5. -2. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jeez, well, we will play Cavern on Knight. We will play Dauntless Bodyguard. We will level up, go to combat, hit ya. Take 3. How different would this be going if we had Circle of Loyalty? That's the real question. Would we have won by now? Well, we definitely gotta path this because it's adding a ton of mana. So I think our main hope is that our opponent fizzles. Sometimes Green Devotion does fizzle. So if our opponent doesn't find a big payoff, that's probably our best hope. Arbor Elf, even more mana. Uh-oh. It looks like they have a big payoff. 8 mana. Genesis Wave X5. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh yeah, this is I think over now because they get to get back Genesis Wave. So next turn they get to Genesis Wave for like 1,000,000. Not even Circle of Loyalty can save us now. Opponent passes. Student of Warfare. I'll play the land. Go to combat. Hit you for 3. Well, we'll let our opponent cast their Genesis Wave and then we will concede. Let them do their fun thing. So yeah, we hit our opponent. We crack this. We grab. I mean, we are just dead, but we will play a History Benalia. Send a message. We will play a Student of Warfare. Send a much softer message. Pass the turn. All right, so opponent has, I don't even know. Basically, they can Genesis Wave for their deck, more or less. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, even more. Okay, that's free, essentially. More than free. Oh, my God. Now they literally can Genesis Wave for, I think, their entire deck. Well, we'll let them play it out this time. Next time, we will just concede when they get to this point. But it's kind of cool to see someone Genesis Wave for 1,000,000,000, I guess. Well, they're not even going all the way. They're just doing a little mini one. Oh, come on, opponent. Come on, opponent. We didn't scoop so you could cast a huge... Oh, opponent. I'm so disappointed. Well, now I'm scooping. Now I'm scooping. You're going to Genesis Wave for 9? All right. Yep, done. Done. Yeah, that's on you, opponent. If you're not going to Genesis Wave for your whole deck, then I'm going to concede. We stuck around so our opponent could do something cool, and our reward was Genesis Wave for 9? You got 40 mana. Go all the way, opponent. Come on. Come on now. This is going to be tough. So we can bring in a little bit more removal, and I guess go down Gideon, run it like that. All right, we get to play first. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed in our opponent. I wanted to see the cool thing. Well, this hand's okay. I mean, we still don't have Circle of Loyalty, but this is a somewhat reasonable curve. Cavern of Souls on Knight and Student of Warfare. We don't have any removal, which is awkward, but opponent untaps. Opponent also drew all 4 Utopia Sprawls, which is a pretty fast start. This might be a slower start for our opponent. Well, Arid Mesa, crack it. Get a Plains. Run out a Smitten Swordmaster. Gonna need another actual white source. I was on the fence about including this one Blood Crypt, because it doesn't make white mana, and that can be awkward with History of Benalia and also Circle of Loyalty. I think it's worth it as a one-of. This is like our only non-cavern land that doesn't tap for real mana. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Burning Tree. Elvish Visionary. Blood Crypt. Untapped. We need another real white source. We will play a Knight Exemplar. Go attacking. Opponent takes it. Down to 14. 4 is for our opponent. Arbor Elf. Yeah, opponent's off to a bit fairer of a start at the moment. And passes. White mana. Another path. Well, go to combat. Attack. Opponent takes it. Down to 9. Well, we will pass the turn. Clunky Blood Crypt. Opponent untaps. Please not Nykthos. Another Burning Tree Emissary. Okay. I mean, if they have Nykthos, this is real bad. Untaps a land. Obstinate Baloth. Back up to 13. Well, we will path the Baloth. Untap. Inspired Veteran. Go attacking. Opponent takes it. Down to 3. Pass the turn. Come on, no whammies. No Nykthos off the top. No Nykthos. We're pretty close. No Circle of Loyalty, but Janky Knights. Not bad. Opponent. Taps untaps. 5 mana. For a Acidic Slime. Going to hit our... Well, actually, that's kind of okay. Opponent. I think we're kind of good here. And opponent scoops it up. All right. Well, that is a pathway to victory. I guess we should be bringing this Fatal Push, too. Maybe they have acidic slime. Maybe we just go down Coat of Arms. What about Mirren Crusader? It does have protection from our opponent's colors. I guess we probably want that too. Going down maybe a History Benalia. After not being able to cast History Benalia and our opponent having acidic slime, maybe it's not worth it. Well, okay. We got removal. Not much else. Still no Circle of Loyalty, unfortunately, but opponent Forest passes. Oh, there it is. There it is. Getting closer. Now, Sunbait Canyon and a Student of Warfare. So we do need to get more knights on the battlefield. We can kill Mana Dorks, which is pretty helpful against our opponent's deck. Opponent Forest. Hopefully it's not a Burning Tree Chain. Opponent passes. We draw. Path the X. Wow, we got all the removal. Well, Marsh Flats, crack it. Godless Shrine, untapped. Smitten Swordmaster, hit you for 1. Trying to up our knight count for Circle of Loyalty. Opponent takes it. 19. Another land would be fine. That would help get us to this. Another land would actually be great. Ooh, alright, that's ramp that we can't kill. Utopia Sprawl on green. And Nykthos, also problematic. Oh, geez, Burning Tree. That's Nykthos mana. 3 mana. Wistful Selkie. Alright, that was a rough sequence for us. Opponent passes. Student of Warfare. Well, we need to Fatal Push the Burning Tree. Attack with the Smitten Swordmaster. See if our opponent blocks. Opponent does not block. Well, in that case, I think we need to Path the Selkie because of Nykthos. Alright, well, we're kind of keeping Nykthos in check, sort of, but we're not getting the lands to play, the knights to play the Circle of Loyalty and hopefully win. Opponent. Now we're mostly hoping our opponent has a bunch of big stuff in hand that they can't really cast. 4 mana. Oh, okay. That's not great for us. Untaps. 3 mana. Wistful Selkie. Oh, we really need to hit a land here. Really. Land? Alright, so play the land, untapped. Level up. Path the Selkie. Does give our opponent a land, unfortunately. We gotta kill the Garrick, though. Garrick's adding a ridiculous amount of mana. Kill the Garrick. Pass the turn. Oh, if we draw land, we get to get down Circle of Loyalty next turn. Opponent is getting up to a lot of mana, though, which is frightening. Very frightening. And we've spent all of our removal. Also frightening. Opponent. 5 mana. Arbor Elf. 5 mana again. Acidic Slime. Alright, well, that does put us further away from Circle of Loyalty. That's another Circle of Loyalty. Well, we will go to combat. Attack. Opponent. Takes it. Oh, they have Genesis Wave in hand then, I think. Down to 12. We will play a Student of Warfare. We will level it up. Well, we're kind of seeing the downside of Circle of Loyalty, which is it's not always that easy to get on the battlefield. That's another land. I mean, do they have a payoff? Opponent. Tapping. Oh, dear. Opposite of Baloth. 1 card in hand. Opponent. Their last card is good. Oh. We needed this last card to not be good, but that seems to not be the case. 8 mana. Last card is Genesis Wave for 5. Oh my goodness. What a hit. Acidic Slime Eternal. Yeah? I mean, yeah? You got us. Oh. Well, Circle Loyalty. Looking good in hand, but not impacting the game. That's a bummer. Alright. Wow, we have lost every die roll this week. Against odds time, we are switching things up. Playing busted cards this week. The best cards. Circle of Loyalty time in Modern. And we shall see. Oh my god, opponent has an Arbor Elf. Sure. We will draw more lands. Well, Marsh Flats, crack it. Get a Plains, play a Dauntless Bodyguard, and pass the turn. Opponent thinking about taking their turn. So, I mean, we can... Next turn, we got nothing. But then History Benalia into Circle of Loyalty, sweet. Unfortunately, this is probably Heliod combo, which probably means our opponent can win very quickly. Like, potentially next turn, if their hand is good. Okay. Yeah, well, that's a combo. And taps and untaps to play a Heliod. I think it's actually pretty interesting. We'll see what Modern Horizons does to the format, but I actually don't think it's outside the realm of possibility that the Heliod Ballista combo ends up being something that Wizards keeps an eye on in Modern. It's been at the very top of the meta for a long time, and it is very, very consistent. And thanks to its plan of Utopia Sprawl Arbor Elf to try to speed things up, it is also very, very fast. Oriag Champion, sure, about it. Goes attacking. No, doesn't even attack. All right, opponent passes. Well, Cavern of Souls on Knight. This Oriag Champion, boy, we're like locked in multiple ways. The problem here is, now that our opponent has this Oriag Champion, every creature we make is putting 2 counters on one of our opponent's creatures. So even without the combo, our opponent's creatures are just going to be way bigger than our creatures. Yeah, pass the turn. I mean, the good news is Circle of Loyalty is coming if we don't die this turn, which we could die any second, literally. Horizon Canopy for our opponent. Cracks Horizon Canopy. Untaps. Walking Ballista. That is infinite. And we scoop it up. So, we can bring in a Fatal Push. We can, I guess, bring in a Dreadbore. We'll go down a Dauntless Bodyguard. We'll go down a Gideon. And we will run it like that. Hey! So, I think our pathway to victory in this matchup is be aggressive and draw some removal, and maybe that could be a way to get it done. Well, we can be aggressive. I don't know about the removal part, but it would also be nice if our opponent did not have, like, 7 mana on turn 2 or whatever. Actually, if you want to talk about bannings in Modern, I think perhaps the most interesting conversation, based on previous bannings, is actually, as weird as this sounds, Utopia Sprawl. I think there's actually a interesting argument that if they're going to ban Simian Spirit Guide, that Utopia Sprawl is just way better than Simian Spirit Guide, and is also fast mana. So I kind of wonder if that could be a conversation that Wizards has at some point. We draw Plains. We will play the Plains. We will play a Inspired Veteran. Get in for 2. Hit ya. I mean, we're off to a reasonable start. No Circle of Loyalty at the moment, but about it. Temple Garden, untapped. Noble Hierarch. All right, so opponent. Oh, sweet mother. All right, well, we get a Plains. Opponent kills our Lord. Opponent passes. 3 cards in hand, 17 mana available. Cavern of Souls on Knight. Play a Fervent Champion. Play History of Benalia. Make a Knight. Go to combat. Attack with both. Pump. I mean, we're winning on board, but our opponent has 6 or 7 mana, and the potential to just combo kill right now. All right, mana 7. Opponent. Heliod. Well, combo piece number 1. Untaps with their mana. Collected. This text so insane. Collect a Company. Do they hit Spike Feeder to win the game? If they hit Spike Feeder, they have infinite life. They can hit Ranger Captain of Eos to get Walking Ballista to win next turn. All right. Heliod and Conclave Mentor. Well, not dead on board. Opponent passes. We make a Knight. We play Knight Exemplar. Oh, wow, we're so close. We need him not to combo. Knight Exemplar. Grow the Dorks. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Pump. This does not force a chump, so our opponent wins the game if they have Walking Ballista. Opponent drops to 4. We grow our Knight of the Eben Legion. Does our opponent have the combo kill? Opponent does not have the combo kill. Okay. Well, our fast clock plan ended up working. We needed our opponent to whiff on Coco, but the fast clock got there. It did get there. Run it back. No Circle of Loyalty that game, unfortunately. No removal. 1-drop, pretty bad 2-drop, History of Benalia. No circle. We're going to mulligan. All right. Well, we'll keep this. We're going to put Blood Crypt to the bottom. Yeah, we'll see. Probably going to need another land, but, I mean, we got a bit of a clock. We'll see. Opponent aggressively mulliganing for their combo, of course. Opponent Flooded Strand and passes. Well, Arid Mesa. Crack Arid Mesa. Get a Sacred Foundry. Untapped. Fervent Champion. Smack you for 1. Ship the turn. Opponent cracks. I mean, opponent did go to 5. Maybe their hand's not very good. That would be sweet. Wins up teeth. The opponent cracks it. Oh, this might be the game. This might be the Circle of Loyalty game. Conclave Mentor. Oh, Marsh Flats, crack it. Oh, we need another land. We need another land. Get a Godless Shrine, untapped. Play a Student of Warfare. Play a Fervent Champion. Go to combat. Attack. Pump each other. Hit ya. I mean, if we draw land, we get to get down Circle of Loyalty. Otherwise, we can Inspiring Veteran and try to Circle of Loyalty the next turn. Opponent taps 2 mana. Walking Ballistics 1. Alright, that is actually pretty good. Gets to kill something. Wow, kills a Student of Warfare. Oh, it's X2. Boo. That does make it worse. Goes attacking. Yeah, it kind of gets us a bit. Gideon. Well, that's a few hours away. Inspiring Veteran. Go to combat. Attack. Pump each other. Opponent takes it. Down to 7. Hold. Opponent taps. Do they draw land? Oh, of course they do. Land off the top. That allows our opponent to play a Heliod. Okay. Doesn't go infinite yet. Next turn, we draw Cavern. I'll play Cavern on Knight. Oh, this is tough. If we Smitten Swordmaster, then we definitely force a double jump, but I think Circle of Loyalty does too. And if it's the same, I mean, we're trying to win with Circle of Loyalty, so I think we just Circle of Loyalty. I think they have to double jump anyway, right? All right, let's try it. Wow, is it coming through? Grow the Dorks. Attack. Pump. All right, this forces 2 chump blocks, which means our opponent's going to need something really good. They're going to need oh no! Oh, this doesn't work, because the opponent gains life. Oh! No! The hidden text on Conclave Mentor. Oh no! Opponent goes to 1. Lifelink. Oh, they just go infinite. Wow. Well. In that case, I think Circle of Loyalty actually killed us. If we had just been Swordmaster, we would have won. There's more text on Conclave Mentor, and I think we actually enabled the combo for our opponent. If we had done nothing there, I think we probably maybe win if our opponent doesn't draw land. And if we Smitten Swordmaster, unless I'm missing something, then we immediately win. So, well, take 1 off the scoreboard for Circle of Loyalty, because playing it and attacking actually just made us die and allowed our opponent to go infinite. Well, let's avoid doing that again. So what do we learn about the Circle of Loyalty? And while we did manage to get a couple of wins with our deck, Circle of Loyalty itself either got stuck in our hand, or in our last game, when we finally cast it, it actually ended up killing us. So, I don't know. Maybe we overrated it just a tiny bit during spoiler season. I mean, the deck itself, Knights are interesting, and they do have a lot of good tribe members and powerful lords and some payoffs, but they're a little bit slow, a little bit fair, and even the immense power of Circle of Loyalty apparently isn't enough to really save them and make them a truly competitive deck. Like, you obviously can get wins with it. We saw that. But Circle of Loyalty itself, we saw really 2 big issues. One is, it's hard to get on the battlefield. And we had some games where we'd just get stuck with copies in hand because our opponent could kill our creatures. And if we're trying to cast Circle of Loyalty for 5 mana, 6 mana, it is next to impossible in our deck in a format like Modern. The other thing is, even once we got Circle of Loyalty down, it didn't really do that much. I tried to find more Legendary Knights, but that would be playing 5 and 6 drops. The Legendary Knights are pretty expensive. We did have Gideon to have some legends in our deck, but we don't have that many legends to make Knights for free. So we saw it be good on occasion, but we never really got to see it fully go off and do absurd things. So I don't know. I mean, we cast it did sweet things, but I'm pretty confident that it's not quite as good as our spoiler content would have suggested. So anyway, that's been the Circle of Loyalty. That's been our guest odds for this week. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.